Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here. So today is a bit of a sad day, but obviously it's sad for different reasons. I've been like, it's up until now, I will say it's kind of been hard to be sad about The Walking Dead ending because we have so much in the future, right? Like there's just like, as soon as they announced Isle of the Dead, like what was that, 2-3 weeks ago, I was like, okay, so 2023 is going to be stacked with Walking Dead content. We have the Daryl and Carol spinoff, Isle of the Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead Season 2, we have Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 and I guess Season 9, and like there's still the Rick movie out there, right? So I kind of look at it like, yeah, The Walking Dead's ending and it's kind of an end of an era, but there's still so much in the future. So I will say that for people who are sad about it, I see people being really, really sad about it. I just say, the future's bright, and I think the content and the story quality in the future is going to be really amazing because of the things that they can do, because they can bring back Rick or Michonne, right? And so, yeah, not even that, some of these characters can actually die now, right? And so, we're entering a very exciting time for The Walking Dead. So I would just say that. But still, today they're wrapping up the show, and I think that's where I actually felt very like, whoa, like this one show is actually ending. The Walking Dead is coming to an end, and that was one of the first things that I thought about was just my first times watching the show. And just kind of experiencing it throughout. I mean, how many years has it been now? 10 years since I've been watching it like religiously every Sunday. So it's been a very long time, and it really does feel like like an end of an era, right? Like I think when I started watching it, I was like, how old was I? 19, I think, something like that. 18, 19. I can't remember how old I was, and now I'm almost 30. So it's been a long time. It's been a really, really long time, and obviously, it's been very, very exciting. It's been really amazing, and first, I started out as a fan, and then I grew into, what it is now. And it's just honestly the entire thing has been absolutely amazing. And I'm very excited just for the future of the franchise, for the future of everything. And it's been really amazing being able to talk about it every single day with you guys. And, I definitely will be doing some sort of like, I don't want to say like final goodbye to The Walking Dead, but like I want to do sort of a thank you video in a sense, thank you to The Walking Dead, thank you and all that. But I'll save that for when we watch the very final episode of The Walking Dead, right? Because yes, like they're done filming today, but that's mostly for the actors and stuff like that. For us, we're still going to be talking about the story and like where are they going, the Rick movie and all the spinoffs and stuff, all year long. And then we'll get that final episode in like October, November. Then we'll talk about it then, and then we'll, by then, I'm sure we're going to know so much more about everything. And I'm going to say this right now. If we don't have an update on the Rick movie by October, November this year when The Walking Dead ends, then yeah, I will be extremely like really, really upset about that. Because I think that if this is where you're going, if this is the direction of the franchise, you need to give an update. Like you really need to. And it has to be a good one. Like it has to be basically, yes, we're filming. And so I'm expecting something at Comic-Con. I don't even think we have to wait until then. But I think that at Comic-Con, there's going to be a big announcement. I do think it's going to be a release date, or they're going to announce that they're not doing the movie anymore. It's going to be a television show or something like that. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to give some thoughts and stuff like that because yeah, The Walking Dead is ending right now and it's actually pretty insane. So let's actually jump into the Q&A here. So obviously, before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want more Walking Dead content like this, and also be aware that this video will contain spoilers for episode 15. I always want to say 14, but it's episode 15 that actually just aired last Sunday. We're only 4 days away until the finale for part 2. So yeah, I'm definitely really, really excited for that. First of all, thank you for posting all of these questions because I did do sort of a rambling a little bit in the beginning of the video here. I'm going to do another Q&A because there's way more questions. I wasn't expecting this much. I mean, the server has grown so much. So every time I ask for questions now, it's just been blowing up. So I'll definitely be doing more Q&As. It seems like you guys do want more Q&A videos. And I do think they're fun because some of them, they'll actually get into different topics that I won't necessarily do a video on, right? If you have a question just about anything, like I'm not going to do a video on Virgil or on Luke or whatever, but if you have a question about them, then I'll answer it there, right? So I that's why I like the Q&As in general. Anyways, let's get into the first question here. So Q&A, do you think Gabriel or Aaron will die in the next episode? No, I don't think Gabriel will. Aaron is a high possibility. I really feel like it's not going to happen though, but it is a high possibility because obviously of where we're at in the story, where we're at in his story. And I think it's extremely possible. I think it could happen. It's just kind of like, I don't know, whenever we come up with ideas like this, there's always like this doubt, like we've always thought that this person could die here or this person could die here. and it never ends up happening. So I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, does it make sense that he could die? Yeah. Is he going to? Probably not, right? This question here is a good one. Q&A, do you think that the 2 spinoffs that were announced could be fake? Just like there were 2 comic book issues that were purposely made and never were released. What if this is the TV version of those fake comic issues? I've gotten this question so many times. Just, people asking for my thoughts on this, or just in general, people commenting this on videos or tweets or posts of mine. And personally, no, the spinoffs aren't fake. Like, they won't do that. You got to remember too, like, in terms of doing that for a television show and for the fan base and all that, that would be extremely shocking and really would piss a lot of people off. I think in the comic, you can actually get away with it because people aren't like so diehard for the comic. Everybody loves the comic, and I love the comic. I've been reading it for a while. Not as long as a lot of people, though. I think I started reading it in 2014, 15, 16, somewhere around there. Some of you guys have been reading it since it came out in what was that, 2003 or 4 or something. But the comic is a different story. I think the television shows, to announce them just for it to be a fake in the end, to shockingly kill off Daryl or Negan, that would piss off so many fans. Like, it would, I know it's a popular theory. I know people think that that's what they're planning here, but they're not Robert Kirkman. Like, Robert Kirkman has done this stuff forever. Like, he's always screwing with the fans. Like, you would know if you've been reading the comic for a while, just read the letter hacks there and just read, or if you've read into just the things that he's done from issue to issue, where he would release a cover and you're like, what the hell does this cover mean? You're wondering where the story's going to go. And then it goes this completely other way. That's Robert Kirkman. He does those things a lot. He shocks the hell out of you. For the television show, it's not going down that. It definitely won't. 2 questions here, and I'll try to get through them quick here. 1, do you think that King Ezekiel will be the end leader or president of the Commonwealth in episode 24? You know what? I think that's a possibility if Maggie's going to be leaving. I think he could maybe take charge at first. We'll have to wait and see what happens there, because Pamela Milton maybe, could still be in charge, but it really, really depends. It depends on what's going on here, because so far, it seems like Lance is messed up. Sebastian's messed up. It doesn't really seem like Pamela Milton knows of all of it, though. So I think that's what we have to learn now, is just what does she know and all of that, right? And your second question, do you think that Mercer is going to discover that King Ezekiel is secretly helping people and saving people's lives? I think that Mercer could discover that. And I think if he does, he's probably not going to say anything about it. At least I would hope so, because you're helping people, man. I don't know. I think Mercer, he's a really good person, and he's not one to tattletale or say anything like that, right? But the one thing we do know about him is that he will look the other way sometimes. And I think in this scenario, it's for the good. It's not going to be that hard to look the other way. Q&A, if anybody dies in the mid-season finale, do you think Leah will be the one to do it? So I guess the one to kill them. I do think it's possible. I still really believe in the idea that Leah is most likely going to be the one that kills, say, I don't know, Aaron, and then Daryl has to kill Leah, right? That's been my theory for the last week or two. I will say there's also something else that I did see, and I'm just going to throw this out here. There is a shot of Maggie, and it looks like she's holding somebody, and I don't know who this is. I'm thinking it's Elijah. You can kind of see Elijah here. I don't know if it's him. It might not be him, but I do wonder if Elijah's wounded here. And I wonder if he could be the death, right? Maybe Leah just kills Elijah, and then because of that, Maggie's the one that kills Leah. I think that could be a possibility, but maybe not. When will we have the Discord live Q&A again? Not for video, of course. Well, the Discord live Q&A, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. I'll probably do one in the next week or two for sure. I know a lot of you guys had fun with that. I did too. I think there was 30 something people there when we did it. Again, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, I really recommend doing it. It's a really fun place to be. We're doing so much there. We're actually creating a Minecraft server. So if you play Minecraft and you want to join our Minecraft world and stuff, we're going to be building communities well, at least it would be cool to. That's sort of how I'm envisioning it, over time, trying to build Alexandria, the Hilltop, and things like that. And yeah, it would just be a lot of fun. So that's something that we're working on right now. And the live Q&As, I kind of want to keep them to once a month, because I don't want to bore people with it. So I think once a month is good. Q&A, in the promo of episode 16, we see a few things. One, there was a scene in the promo where Maggie is looking at someone, and if you noticed, Elijah hair is beneath the background. Oh, I literally just answered this, or not answered it, but I literally just referenced that. And 2, another scene where Daryl throws the rifle to Aaron. Aaron's left shoulder is a bit wounded, not bit, but a gunshot perhaps. Do you think that Leah can cause a shootout to the survivors and maybe possibly injure or kill Elijah, since we see his hair in the background? In other words, is it possible that Leah could have killed Elijah or Lydia from that scene, since we see Elijah's hair in the beneath background, meaning that maybe he's hurt before he dies or not, or he's probably there because he saw Lydia shot, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just touched on that, and I do think that's a strong possibility. I do think that, killing off Elijah would just make sense in general because Angela Kang just introduced that character. So I'm just thinking, like, if you just introduce that character, there's always a reason for it. Angela Kang usually does that. So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, that's also a strong possibility. Since Andrew Lincoln is in the UK right now and isn't on the set of the last day of filming, do you think they filmed the Rick Grimes teaser for the show finale early during his time in the US? I do think that's very, very possible. Like, they knew that if Andrew Lincoln was there right now, like if he was there today for the last day of filming, people were going to be freaking out, and people would be like speculating like, oh, he's back for this reason. He's going to be, so many people would be there by the set taking pictures. I'm sure over there right now, it's really big. I'm sure there's so many people there. I wish I was there. And so to film it, like, what was that, a month ago already? I think that makes the complete sense to do something there. Because honestly, you only have to do something small. Right? Andrew Lincoln could have, maybe he has a few lines of dialogue, or maybe the scene is literally just Rick waking up from like being wounded and he's like in a hospital bed again, right? And we literally get sort of a recreation of season 1, episode 1, but we're going to get it as a post-credit scene for the end of The Walking Dead, right? Which is like a big teaser for the movie. So we'll see Rick wake up, maybe he'll be in a hospital gown or something like that, but he'll be laying on a cot and wondering, where the hell am I? Then he looks around, and then instead of seeing like the apocalypse and everything, he actually sees life back to normal, and he's wondering what the hell has happened here, right? I think we could see something like that. Like, you could literally film that in just one day. It's not that hard. It really honestly isn't that hard. Maybe you don't even see that much. Maybe it's just him waking up in the bed. I think that's like very, very possible. Q&A, there was a scene where Lance has a cut on his face. Do you think Leah might have betrayed Lance and she gave him a cut to his face as a warning? I don't even think that was from Leah. I obviously it's possible. To me, I actually think it's probably from Daryl. And I think at this point, Daryl has just sort of run off, and he is now not with the Commonwealth anymore. And I think Lance at this point is very angry. And I think that shot that we saw with Lance with the cut is from like the end of the episode, or like the last like 20 minutes or so. And I think Lance is probably thinking, well, like Daryl is done now, like once we get him, he's arrested. Like, I'm going to make his family's life like very, very miserable. But obviously, by the time they go back to the Commonwealth, there's going to be rioting and protests, and so they can't really do much about it, right? Anyways, this video is getting very long. There's so many more questions here, so I'm definitely going to be answering a lot more of this. So yeah, thank you for posting all of your questions. Stay tuned for my second Q&A coming out very soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.